Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive into real stories that hit you right in the gut, stories about fighting for what's yours, standing your ground, and maybe, just maybe, coming out stronger on the other side. Picture this. A guy who's had it with the grind of city life, trading skyscrapers and traffic jams for a quiet patch of land in the middle of nowhere, only to find himself in a showdown with a power-hungry HOA queen who thinks she can take it all away. That guy? That's me, Tom Carver, and this is the story of how my dream retreat in Pine Hollow, Montana, turned into a battlefield and how I fought to keep it mine. I'd spent 20 years in Denver, slogging through endless meetings, dodging rush hour chaos, and drowning in the hum of a city that never sleeps. By the time I hit 40, I was done, burnt out, craving something simpler, something real. That's when I found it, 8 acres of untouched wilderness just outside Pine Hollow, tucked against the Bitterroot Mountains. The moment I set foot on that land, I knew it was home. Towering pines stretched as far as I could see, their branches whispering in the breeze. A clear stream cut through the property, gurgling over smooth stones like it was singing just for me. There was even an old shed, weathered but sturdy, standing like a silent witness to the land's history. A small clearing caught the starlight at night, perfect for a campfire. This wasn't just land, it was my sanctuary, my escape, my chance to breathe again. My plan was simple. Keep it wild, use it as a weekend getaway, maybe clear a few trails or plant some native wildflowers. Someday, I'd build a small cabin, but there was no rush. The joy was in the process, the freedom to shape this place on my terms. Legally, it was airtight. The deed was Clermy land was outside the grip of the nearby HOA, a group called Crestview Estates that ruled the subdivision down the road. I'd heard the stories, neighbors fined for planting the wrong shrubs, lawns measured with a ruler, rules so tight they could choke you. No thanks. My land was mine, free and clear, and I planned to keep it that way. For a while, it was perfect. I'd drive up from Denver on Fridays, thermos of coffee in hand, and spend my days by the stream, watching sunlight dance on the water. The ache in my shoulders from swinging a machete to clear trails felt good, honest. But peace, as it turns out, has a way of drawing trouble. Trouble's name was Karen Voss, the Crestview HOA president, and she rolled up to my gate one crisp October morning like a storm cloud in heels. I was hacking at some overgrown brush when I heard tires crunching on gravel. A sleek black SUV pulled up, and out stepped Karen, blonde hair sprayed stiff, suit so sharp it could cut glass, clutching a clipboard like she was about to audit my soul. She marched up, heels clicking, and called out, "Excuse me, are you the owner here?" I wiped the sweat off my brow and nodded. "That's me. Can I help you?" She didn't miss a beat. "I'm Karen Voss, president of Crestview Estates, and your property violates our community standards. This mess is dragging down the neighborhood's image." I almost laughed. "Community standards? Lady, this land isn't part of your HOA. I've got the deed to prove it." Her smile tightened, cold as ice. "All properties in this area fall under our oversight," she said, flipping through her clipboard like it held the 10 Commandments. "You'll need to submit to an inspection and pay the compliance fee." Immediately, I crossed my arms. "With all due respect, Karen, you've got no authority here. This is private property. I suggest you take your clipboard and go." Her eyes narrowed, and her voice dropped low. "You'll regret this, Mr. Carver. I always get what I want." She spun around, heels stabbing the gravel, and peeled out, leaving me with a bad feeling in my gut. That was just the start. A week later, I found a fancy envelope under my shed door, a notice claiming my land had been annexed into Crestview Estates, complete with a bill for HOA dues. It looked official, watermarks and all, but my lawyer confirmed it was pure fiction. Karen wasn't playing by the rules, she was making them up. Then my phone pinged with an email from my insurance company. They'd gotten a report that my land was a fire hazard, and my policy was suspended. I spent hours proving the claim was bogus, but the hassle was the point. Karen was trying to wear me down. It got worse. Neighbors started getting letters accusing me of squatting and polluting the stream. One morning, I caught Karen leading a group of suit-wearing folks through my clearing, waving her arms like a realtor. "This'll be perfect for our new community pavilion," she chirped. I stormed over. "What the hell are you doing on my land?" She smirked. "Just showing investors the future, Tom. You should be thanking me." Trash started appearing overnight, old tires, fast food bags, even a busted microwave. An environmental inspector showed up, tipped off by an anonymous complaint. I walked him through every inch of my land to prove it wasn't mine. Then I came back from a trip to find half my wildflowers trampled and a dozen trees sawed down, with new trails carved through my woods like someone was prepping a subdivision. I fought back. I put up private property signs and motion-activated cameras. Karen's response? She ripped the signs down and tilted the cameras to film dirt. I started documenting everything: photos of the damage, videos of her tours, copies of her fake letters. My lawyer said we had a case, but Karen was relentless, like a dog with a bone. The final straw came one morning when I pulled up to find bulldozers tearing into my clearing. Workers were digging a trench, scaffolding rising for what they called the Crestview Welcome Center. I lost it. Who authorized this? I shouted. A foreman shrugged. HOA orders. Then Karen appeared, clipboard in hand, smug as ever. Tom, good to see you. This land's been repurposed for the community. We filed paperwork to fix the error in your deed. Error? I warned. This is my land, and you're trespassing. She didn't flinch. Take it to court, Tom. You'll be bankrupt before you win. Sell to us now, and we'll throw you a few bucks. I was shaking, but I held my ground. Get off my property, Karen. Now. I called the cops, handed them my deed, my exemption from the HOA, and every scrap of evidence: camera footage of Karen directing workers, laughing about taking my land. The police questioned everyone. The workers were clueless, thinking the project was legit. Karen's paperwork? A house of cards, forged signatures, fake stamps. One cop pulled me aside. This isn't just trespassing. If this checks out, she's looking at fraud, maybe worse. The courtroom was electric. My evidence: videos, photos, testimony from neighbors who'd been bullied by Karen painted a picture of a woman who'd turned the HOA into her fiefdom. She'd been fleecing funds, forging documents, targeting anyone who wouldn't bend. The judge didn't hold back. This court rules in favor of Mr. Carver. His property is exempt from Crestview Estates Authority. Karen's face crumpled as the gavel fell. She got hit with fraud, forgery, trespassing, and embezzlement, 20 years behind bars. The HOA was gutted, fined into oblivion, and its bylaws shredded. A new community council took over, transparent and fair. I walked away with compensation for the damage and a weight off my shoulders. Standing by my stream now, watching the water ripple under the stars, I feel whole again. I'm rebuilding, planting new wildflowers, sketching plans for a cabin. The land's open to neighbors who respect it, and kids run through the trails, their laughter mixing with the breeze. Pine Hollow's different, to no more fear, just block parties and potlucks. This fight wasn't just about my land. It was about standing up to bullies, about the community finding its spine. But here's the thing, was it worth it? The sleepless nights, the rage, the legal bills? I think so, but I'm curious, would you fight like I did, or would you walk away? Drop a comment, share your take. Hit that like button if you're with me, and subscribe for more stories that remind us what it means to hold your ground. I'll see you in the next one.